January 15th. January 15th, 2023. January 15th, 2023, man. There's this book called Spark. The name of this book is Spark. And it talks about how weight training, resistance training, challenging resistance training is beneficial for the brain, for neurons in the brain. Physical exercise where you're actually pushing yourself, not the type of exercise that you're just going through the motions, but you're trying to get to that next level. That type of working out does wonders for your brain, does wonders for the electricity in your mind. Resistance training is something that should be done, especially when you're getting into your mid 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I remember seeing Jerry Seinfeld perform live, man, and dude looked to be in incredible shape. But the name of that book is Spark. It was a cool book. Became a little repetitive, I guess, just to me. Because, the book would mention a lot of things. And, like depression, and I think it talked about lack of sleep. It's been a while. But it would say, what the cure for that is? It's working out. Working out is the cure for this and that and that and this. Working out is very beneficial. Building up your stamina, building up your heart muscle it is a very good thing. There was this guy on YouTube, man, this white guy with the all white beard, and he would drink this cup of coffee. He would drink a cup of coffee, and I think he would shoot his videos in the morning. Very classy dude. He would talk about being a man, giving manly advice. I wish I knew his name. You probably know who I'm talking about. But coffee was his thing, and talking about being a man, educating men is or was his thing. And he made this video I will never forget. The topic of that video was, or maybe not the topic of that video, but just something he mentioned. It was when you die, they're gonna throw away pretty much all your stuff and keep a small percentage of it. It just makes me think about everything that I have, everything that you have in your bags that's private to you. You know what I mean? It's private. You don't want anybody to see it. But when you go, they're going to go through all of that stuff. And if there's something that you have that you have to explain your way through if it was ever discovered, you might want to throw it away. Or not, it's up to you. You're not even here, so who cares? Who cares what happens when you're not here? That's a thing too. Who knows what happens after we leave this planet? You know what I mean? After we leave this physical existence. No idea's original. There's nothing new under the sun. So anything that you're hiding or whatever you're treasuring or whatever you don't want anybody to have, most of it is just going to get tossed or given away and eventually expire anyway, unless it's something of true value. But how many things do you have of true value? How many of the pictures that you're taking of yourself are people truly gonna look at? Who's gonna look at your pictures? Who's gonna look at your pictures? Who's gonna watch your videos? Who's gonna watch my videos? I think, your descendants, like I would love to see images of, my great grandmother or great grandfather, or hear their voices or what they thought. You know what I mean? We're gonna have that. As I move forward with these videos are like truly for me. I record them and put them on YouTube, conscious of people watching them and things like that. So I try to watch my language. I try to make it moderately entertaining, but these videos are for me too. But yeah, man, I often think about, like, let's say something happens to me, what would my message be? Like, I don't wake up tomorrow, what would my message be? And who's gonna even listen to that message? Is somebody gonna follow my wishes? There's this lady I was talking to, and she was mentally off. She was off. She looked like the sister of the villain from the Men in Black movie. When he hopped in that guy's body, the way his face looked all pulled. All right, I remember now. It was the guy who Will Smith was talking to, and Will Smith stepped on the roach or the bug or whatever, and the guy had a problem. And it was at that point Will knew that this guy wasn't human. She looked truly like the sister of that guy. She looked like, a Men in Black alien human. and her brain was just off. And the wild part about people like that is those are the people who I talk to with no filter. I just go in. You know what I mean? You know, who knows how they perceive. I just find that interesting. But you know, I asked her a question, and she asked me she was like, what's your problem, or what's wrong, or something like that. And this is like the first time I ever answered a question like this. I was like, you know, damn. I was like, I don't think there's enough love in the world, or I think there should be more love in the world, you know, something like that. But you know, if someone were to, if I had a message if I had a message, a posthumous message, it would be lead with love. Become strong enough so that you can lead with love. You know, any weak person can lead with love, but there's if you're weak and you're leading with love, a stronger force that is not love will trample you, which would make love seem weak. But, you know, like Superman can lead with love because he's the most powerful being in the DC universe. You know what I mean? And there are those who try to trample him or try to overcome him with things that are not love, but he's able to overcome them, overcome evil with love. You know what I mean? But that would be my message, man. You know, Bill Hicks says, you know, you can choose love or fear, but be strong enough to lead with love. Become the change you want to see. That is what I hope to embody in this life that I'm living. You know, I hope to embody leading with love. Y'all be good, man.